Hey y'all, it's your girl Maria, and we are back with more reactions today. This one is a new one from Dax. It just came out a couple days ago called Eternity. Probably a little bit more than a couple days ago, but it's the official music video, and I thought we would give it a listen today. I think he has such great songs, and I think he really brings up topics that I think everybody wants to talk about, and he says the quiet part out loud, and I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with this song. So we're going to give it a listen. And you already know, if you want to show love and support to the artist and or myself, because you know you want to, then remember, I link ways for you to do that in the description box below. So make sure you check it out. At the very least, for the artist, help them grow their channel. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
And when you really examine the concept of eternity, one will find that there is no end. Life after death is a concept humans still don't understand.
True.
How long is eternity? I don't understand. Some say forever, but if it's forever, then when does it come to an end? It's more than a concept, an infinite time that we spend. It confirms that our lives here on earth are a blip of existence and don't make a dent. As we get older, it creeps in our mind, the thought of the end and beginning of time. The life that we thought that we lived doesn't matter, approaching the thought that someday we all die. I get confused when I look in the sky. What is this water hitting my eyes? Maybe the rain is the pain and shame that hits earth when God cries. As we get older, we don't care what we did. It's not the things we receive, but the things we give. We try to go back to the time we were kids, but those shoes no longer fit. And then we finally realize that everyone dies.
That's a minute in, and how much truth did he just say? There's a humbling realization in everybody's life when you realize that you've gotten old, when you realize that high school wasn't 5 minutes ago. It was much longer than that. And the things that you thought you could do, or the things you wish you could go back to, you can't. Because your life has taken a completely different shape now. And then also, talking about eternity. I don't know about anybody else, but when I hear the word eternity, I almost get a pit in my stomach, because eternity, will it be a good eternity or will it be a bad eternity? Like, I want to believe that we all will have a beautiful eternity wherever we are, and whatever happens after death, which I believe, being Christian myself and believing in the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, that we go into eternity with Jesus. And so that's a beautiful, beautiful, just ideal for me. But the opposite of that, if you are far removed from Jesus and you don't have a relationship, your eternity then becomes a bad eternity. It's not going to be pleasant to live in. And that's just my opinion on it, but that's also, it makes you think, like, we're only here for a moment, but what happens after? Where do we go after? And there are people who will make comments in the comment section who don't believe that there is an afterlife, that don't believe that there is a God, that don't believe, it hurts my heart to no end, that there are people who believe that. It's not a judgment, it hurts my heart, because I've seen God work in my life. And so I don't know what happens in those situations. I don't think anybody does. None of us will. But it really makes me so sad, and it hurts my heart to no end. Let's keep going.
And then finally realize that everyone dies, but not everyone lives. So I'm taking a chance. I'm living my life in the moment and not in a future that's not in my hands. I'm giving my time to the people who love me for everything that I am. I'm living my life in reality, not for a post that they'll tap when they open the gram. I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm not gonna dwell on my past mistakes. I'm bridging the gap between my dreams and what I see while I'm awake. They say leave it up to fate. Well, fate favors those who take. Cause if eternity's forever and all this is temporary, why wait? Humanity's lost. We obsess the price of material things, but at what cost? Then treat time like currency and spend it for applause, because we think that life is just a game we can turn on and off. We build, we break, renew, replace. We 9 to 5 and count the days for 40 years till 65, then live off what our pension pays. We fall in line as mental slaves. Our bodies work, our minds are caged, and that's why people say the richest place you'll find is at the graves full of hopes and dreams that people never chased.
I gotta say, this image right here is... This image right here is extremely telling. When we're young, our minds are so innovative and we're so creative. And as we grow up, people tell us you gotta work, you gotta buy a house, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and you become very train of thought in that road. You become very pressured to go into that train of thought, I should say, and you end up losing the beauty of what you were here to do, and to love and create and to help one another and be in service to one another. And while it is a reality that we all need to work to, pay our bills, we shouldn't live to work. Work should be there for us to live. We should be working to live, not living to work. And sometimes it gets lost on us. And I'll tell you what, I enjoy my time down, I enjoy the traveling, and I work to pay my bills and to do that. But there was once a time where I didn't do any of those things, and all I did was just work and work and work and work and work. And you know what? At the end of the day, there's nothing to show for it. He's right. You live off of a pension. Okay. You can play your cards right and invest and do all the right things and be able to live a comfortable life. But there's so much to this song already, and we're only a little bit over halfway through. I feel like he's saying so much here, and there's so much to unpack with this song, but he is not saying any lie. He's not saying a lie at all.
People say the richest place you'll find is at the graves full of hopes and dreams that people never chased, full of feelings that we felt but never got to say. All the thoughts inside our heads that we kept stored and locked away. As our age increased and we got old and everything decayed, and when we finally realized that our whole lives was not a game, and that time was a commodity that we could not regain, and that we were in control and there was no one else to blame, is the day that we change. It's eternity, no way, no way. Eternity, no way, no way. It's eternity, no way. Eternity, no way. It's eternity, no way, no way. It's eternity, no way, no way. It's eternity, no way. Eternity, no way.
What are you doing with your time? What is your definition of happiness? Are you giving more than you're taking? And finally, if it were to all end right now, What are you holding on to that you need to let the world see?
What a thought-provoking song. What is happiness? And if we died, what does the world remember about us? What do we need to let the world see? This one was deep. This one was very deep. Because happiness is different things for different people, but is it real happiness or superficial happiness? And who are we, like, as a people? I've always said it, I believe we're on this earth to love, help, and serve one another in community with one another. And I think that's going to be, for those of us who do that, or who attempt to do that, or who feel good when they do that, that is, for me, that's the best way, that if I were to leave from this planet, that's the best way for me to leave this planet. Because in this life, it's never been about what I want. I'm a very, I don't know, I don't know the right word, but I'm not someone who needs a lot of things. I've never been a person who needs a lot of things. I get the necessity of what I need to accomplish something, and then that's it. I don't need extra. I don't need to do more than that. I am a very simple person. My mindset is very simple. When I decorate, it's simple. Everything that I do tends to be a very simple thing. And yet, like, when I'm talking about someone else, or I'm looking at someone else and seeing their needs, I'm someone who will go over and above to help someone else, even at, even if that means taking away from myself, because at the end of the day, it never matters to me. And I'm not saying that to be boastful. I'm not saying that to, like, gain any attention or anything, because that's not the point. That's what I believe we're here for. I believe we're here to help other people and to love other people, be in community with each other, and I try to live that way. And so if you have an ideal that you think would benefit other people in your life, or if you feel like that we're put on this earth for a different reason and you're living your life that way, then hopefully when you pass, you've done everything you can. But this song really provokes those thoughts. This was a very, very good song. All right, that is going to do it for this one. If you guys like the content, then you know what to do. And you want to do it, description box below. Make sure you check it out. In the meantime, live your lives fabulously. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.